You know what they say? An apple a day keeps the depression away. I hope they say that. Food. Cuisine. Nourishment. Besides being the only reason I get up in the morning, it's also a cultural bond that connects us and allows us to survive and thrive. And if you like food or movies like I do, that's pretty much my entire personality, then subscribe right now and join the community. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, so it would be awesome if you guys became a part of that. Food is so ingrained in our lives, you can't go an hour on social media without seeing a new trendy diet, or a local restaurant promoting their fancy desserts, or someone disrespecting a loaf of bread. Even the idea of a last meal is more than a necessary one. It's like a spiritual task to enjoy your favorite comfort foods one last time before you meet the pearly gates. But over time, film has given a few specific culinary items a different meaning than originally intended, and have used them so effectively, you can't help but immediately understand their intentions without a single word of explanation. But let's start from the beginning.
Have a glass of freshness itself. Drink Carnation fresh milk with vitamin D added. The milk children love the flavor of.
Decades ago, filmmakers realized that subversion is a necessary and powerful tool to tell a compelling story. They saw milk as an inherently innocent symbol of childhood and nourishment and growth, and used it to their advantage. It became unsettling to see an adult who enjoys the beverage a bit too much. We see multiple examples of this in film where psychopaths and sadists have used milk as a form of comfort and refreshment in the midst of all the terror they're causing. In Clockwork Orange, they drink drug-laced milk, used as a symbol of purity that directly goes against the duality of the violent nature of the protagonists. It's a drink synonymous with sweet, youthful innocence, enjoyed by those who are anything but. Milk can also be viewed as this necessary nourishment needed for life and growth. All humans and many animals needed milk when we were born. Not me though. I stay drinking that Diet Coke. But these are far from the only examples of milk-loving psychos. In No Country for Old Men, Javier Bardem's character's preference for the dairy liquid is used to show his detachment and disregard for human life, as he can stomach a cold glass of milk right after killing so many people. Drinking milk gives him a facade of innocence and clarity, while the true nature of the man is hidden beneath. This subversion of milk was then turned into this trope that's been used to a lesser extent in a lot of other movies. Some of the most significant examples are Christopher Waltz's milk scenes in *Inglourious Basterds*, and Rose enjoying a tall glass of milk through a straw in Get Out, letting the audience in on the secret that things aren't as innocent as they seem. And of course, you have to mention one of the most recent characters who have an unhealthy obsession with the substance, Homelander.
Hey, that's pretty good.
His obsession with a very specific type of milk shows his stunted emotional growth, which is terrifying in such a powerful and threatening person. His constant need for breast milk acts as a surrogate to the affection and nurturing he never received. It's his deep-seated need for love and comfort that makes him revert to this infantile phase whenever he consumes it. However, milk isn't the only food group that's been given a label by filmmakers. Apples. Similar to milk, an evil character eating an apple in a movie is a trope used so often, there has to be one really rich apple merchant in Hollywood right now, and I need to know who you are. Even from the beginning, apples have been used as a symbol of temptation and sin. As far back as the story of Adam and Eve, the forbidden fruit was used by the villain as a tool to deceive and control the innocent. There's a forbidden desire that comes with apples in movies. And we see villains all the way from the evil queen in Snow White to Captain Barbossa using apples as an acknowledgement and cover of their real intentions. Barbossa in particular uses apples to symbolize his longing for a return to morality and the pleasure of eating something so simple when everything else turns to ash in his mouth. It's kind of reversed here, where his temptations and evil turned him into this character who can no longer enjoy things such as apples. And since apples are used to describe the fall of man, we see them used effectively here to describe a man who was tempted and fell. Apples also have a very distinct look and crunch when bitten into them, which shows the complete carelessness and insanity of the villain when eating them in a dire situation. It alludes that they know more than they're letting on and have ulterior motives. Just like the literal demon in Death Note who loves apples. Wait, if demons love apples, does that mean... oh no. But despite all these subversions that we placed on an innocent fruit, It's still used in movies to easily identify the antagonist, which is super ironic when you look at the Apple company.
Sorry, I didn't quite get that.
Apple has a strict rule where if any movie or TV show wants to use an iPhone or a Mac or any other products, they cannot be used by a villain or antagonist. It's super obvious in Ted Lasso, but whenever you see an iPhone, you pretty much instantly know they're going to be a good guy. It's kind of like a subversion of the subversion, so kudos, I guess. But make sure to comment about any other food or drink tropes that you've noticed in movies and TV shows. If you guys have any cool ideas for a video, also leave that below. And if you made it this far, you might as well subscribe now. We are so close to 2,000. I think we're going to get there soon, hopefully. If you're still in the middle of your meal, finish it off while watching one of my other videos. And make sure to follow me on TikTok and my other socials, which are always down below in the description. And as always, thanks for watching.